In this video, we're going to look at whole number multiplication. So we're just multiplying a couple whole numbers together. So when you have a problem like 3 times 4, basically any multiplication problem is just repeated addition. So you can think of it as 3 groups of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in one group, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is one way to look at it, 3 groups of 4. The other way would be this is actually 4 groups of 3. Here is a group, here is a group, here, and here. So multiplication is just regrouping or repeated addition. You're adding 3 together 4 times. 3, 3, 3, 3. Or you're adding 4 together 3 times. 4, 4, and 4. When we add these up, just count them all together, you're getting 12. Okay, so this is just your most basic multiplication problem. You're just grouping, basically. So if we want to speed up that process, though, and say 4 groups of 21, so 21 plus 21 plus 21 plus 21, you can just multiply each digit individually. So if we did the ones, so 1 times 4, we would get 4. If we did 2 times 4, we'd get 8. So 4 groups of 21, if we did 21 plus 21 plus 21 plus 21, you'd get 84. Or if you added 4 21 times, so 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, 21 of them added up will come out to 84. Let's look at another way to view this. When you were doing whole number multiplication, if we've got larger numbers here, a couple different digits, so 9 in the hundreds, 1 in the tens, 2 in the ones, times 8. Now this number, 912, you can actually break it down and think of it as 900 plus 10 plus 2. 2 ones, 1 10 or 10, 900s or 900. Okay, we're going to multiply 8 by each one of those pieces. So in the first one, actually I'm going to start down at the bottom here. 2 in our ones place times 8 is actually 16. Next, if we look at our tens place, 10 or just 110 times 8 is 80. And then 9 in our hundreds place times 8 is 7,200. I got that by doing 8 times 9 is 72, putting my 2 zeros there. I got this by doing 8 times 1 is 8, add the 0 at the end. I got this by doing 8 plus 8, or 2 8s, makes 16. Now notice, these I can just add together. 7,200 plus 80 plus 16. If I add all of those up, 6, these will become 9. This 2 comes straight down. This 7 comes straight down. 7,296. Okay, that's doing it just piece by piece. Now instead of doing it all piece by piece like that, we can use what's called the multiplication algorithm to kind of do it all together at once. So when we do 2 times 8, we get 16, just like we get here. Now this 6 is going to remain on the bottom. The 1 gets carried. Well, I'm going to use green. So I'm going to carry my 1 up here. Now when I go 1 times 8 and get 8, I have to add on this extra 1. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So 9 goes right, oops, wrong button. 9 would go right here. Lastly, I do 9 times 8 is 72. 2, and carry over that 7. 7,296, just like over here, how we got 7,296. So multiplication algorithm, doing one piece at a time, and then carrying over or regrouping. Okay, similarly, we can do the same thing if we have 2 rows to work with, and we're in 2 different columns. So 712 times 34 If I were to break it apart, 712 is 700, 110, and 2 ones. 34 is 3 tens, or 30, and 4 ones, or 4. So notice, each of these pieces needs to go with each of these pieces. When I do that, this time I am going to start at the bottom and say 2 goes with the 4. 2 times 4, oops, shouldn't have a 0 at the end. This should just be 8. 2 times 4 makes an 8. Now if I do something like that again, instead of 2 with the 4, now I'm doing 10 with the 4. 10 times the 4 makes a 40. And then lastly, this 700 with the 4 makes 2,800. So now I did all 3 of these with my 4. Okay, now I need to do all 3 of these with the 30. So 2 with the 30 makes 60. 10 with the 30 makes a 300. And 700 with 30 makes 21,000. Just like before, we can add all of these up. So these are not perfectly lined up, but this 8 should be in the ones place. So maybe I can tab that over just a little bit. 8 and no other ones would make an 8. Now we're looking in the tens place. We have a 4. We have a 6. 4 plus 6 would make 10. So a 0. And then it regroups. This 1 is now in my hundreds place. So 1 in the hundreds, 8 in the hundreds. So 1 and 8 makes 9. And 3 would make 12. So a 2 goes here. And I regroup this 1 into the thousands. So now I'm looking for thousands. 1,000, 2,000 would make 3,000. And another 1 would make 4. Lastly, I'm looking in my 10,000 spot. Only this one has 1. So a 2. So all of these added up would make 24,208. Now again, that's by doing each one of these separately. Now again, I'm going to show you the multiplication algorithm, the faster way to do it. 2 times 4 makes that 8. 1 times 4 makes a 4. 7 times 4 makes 28. Notice, 2848, that's the same as we would got if we just added these ones. 7, 10, and 2, all with the 4. 7, 1, 2, all with the 4. 2,848. 2,848. Okay? Now if we look at these ones, notice all of these have a 0 at the end. It's almost like we didn't even need to do that. So the first thing you're going to do, because now instead of working in this ones place, we're working with this 3, which is in the tens place, the first thing you need to do is put a placeholder right here. I'm just going to put an X. You can put a 0, you can put an X, you can just leave it empty, but you do need to put something here to show that nothing is supposed to be here. We are no longer working in the ones place. 2 times 3 is actually 2 times 30. So we're working in the tens place. 2 times 3 makes a 6. So this is actually 60. That's where this piece came from. 2 times 3 made the 6. 1 times 3 makes a 3. 7 times a 3 makes 21. So 2, 1, 3, 6, and an open spot. Kind of like this. 2, 1, 3, 6, open spot. This goes along with this. Now, just like we did over here, we're simply just going to add all these pieces together. 8 and nothing. Oops, I guess I can just get rid of all that. 8 plus the nothing leaves an 8. 4 plus 6 makes a 10, so we have to carry our 1 right here. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 3 makes a 12. So 2 goes here, and we carry this 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus the 1 makes a 4, and 2 with nothing just makes a 2. Either way, we got 24,208. 24,208. You can do it this way. This way is much quicker. Try to do the multiplication algorithm. I'm going to show you the multiplication algorithm one more time, this time using two 3-digit numbers. 1 times 7 makes a 7. 2 times the 7 makes a 14. So we go 4 here and carry your 1. 5 times 7 is 35, plus the 1 makes a 36. Okay, we're done with the 7 in the ones place, so we need a placeholder. Now we go 1 times 3 makes 3, 2 times 3 makes 6, 5 times 3 makes 15. Oops. Now this carried spot, we can get rid of it because we didn't carry this time. We only carried that last time. So we don't need it anymore. You can just kind of erase it. We are done with this 3 in the tens place. So now we're on to the 1, which is in the hundreds place. So if we look down here, we want to start at the hundreds place, meaning we need a placeholder in these two spots. Now we go 1 times 1 makes 1, 2 times 1 makes 2, and 5 times 1 makes 5. So we've done all of our multiplying pieces. Now we're just adding everything up. 7 plus nothing, 7. 4 plus 3 plus nothing is 7. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus another 1 is 13. We do need to carry that 1. The 3 goes here, the 1 gets carried. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus this 5 is 9, plus this 2 makes 11. 1 goes here, the other 1 gets carried. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus that 5 makes a 7, so we'd have 71,377. So this times this, 71,377. And that's how you do the multiplication algorithm.